Hormonal changes, tension, and not so great eating habits damage our system. Alkaline keto diet for thyroid may be a solution for better gland function. There is a reason why 81% of people over age 45 have slow metabolism glands. Of course, if you've got symptoms like weight gain, low energy, heart palpitations, itchiness, insomnia, intense PMS, or even fierce melancholy, you could be among the millions affected. But the good news is that a new thyroid healing twist on the renowned alkaline keto diet for thyroid promises extreme relief from the blink of an eye. What sets alkalizing foods apart? They've fewer enzymes that turn into acid inside us, plus they're usually rich in acid-neutralizing minerals like magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Best bets are leafy greens, cucumber, celery, broccoli, and bell pepper. Eggs, nuts, seeds, and seafood are also great alternatives. Studies indicate that consuming more of these foods lowers your overall acid amount by up to 68%. As acid drops, thyroid functioning improves enough to increase metabolism and boost energy. Ketosis is when the human body begins to burn off fat from food or within our fat cells for fuel. Fat becomes the primary source of carbs, rather than glucose from carbohydrates. Within this fat-burning state of ketosis, your body starts to eliminate weight, and energy may rise. The alkaline keto diet for thyroid comprises around a 4-to-1 ratio by weight of fat to combined protein and carbohydrates. This implies people consume roughly 20 to 25 grams of carbohydrate daily. Newer versions of keto diet plans concentrate on excellent healthy fats such as fish, nuts, and avocados. The intake of protein is limited to 1 gram per kilogram lean body mass per day, improved for exercise into 1.25 grams per day. A traditional alkaline keto diet for thyroid generally consists of the following: 10% carbohydrate, 20% protein, 70% fat. That is usually significantly less than 50 grams of carbohydrate every day. With this sum of carbs, ketosis can take effect in approximately 2 to 7 days. For many people, adapting to a standard ketogenic diet might be challenging to follow and lead to poor outcomes. Alternative ketogenic diet plans are creating in response to this. Keto often takes into account net carbohydrates. Net carbs are the grams of carbohydrates that'll impact blood glucose. The aim is to maintain it under control using lower net carbohydrate foods. Fiber is just another compound that regulates blood sugar levels. Your system does not digest it. Fiber isn't counted as part of the total net carbohydrate number unless there's a too low fiber quantity. To calculate the net carbohydrates, you would subtract the grams of fiber from the whole carb number. That usually means any foods greater than 5 grams of fiber is going to be zero net carbs. Vegetables are also supported. Particularly non-starchy vegetables such as the following: kale, cauliflower, broccoli, asparagus, onions, peppers, collards, spinach, seaweed, cucumbers, mushrooms. Protein is mild to a modified alkaline keto diet for thyroid and may come from traditional sources such as wild salmon, sardines, grass-fed steak, seafood, and sweet cheeses. Vegetarian proteins like veggie burgers will also be encouraged. You want to avoid too processed meat products containing nitrates and other artificial additives. For those who have thyroid conditions and gluten sensitivities, you need to be sure that the complete grains are gluten-free and tolerable. The concept of the keto green diet would be to keep your urinary pH in an alkaline state. That implies that your urinary levels ought to beat 7 or above. The alkaline keto diet for thyroid is full of high alkaline foods intended to help balance your body's pH levels. A high intake of vegetables is found to improve urine alkalinity. A urine pH that is way more alkaline than acidic should reduce disease rates, and foods that encourage alkalinity are preferred. Most of the plate comprises low-carbohydrate fiber veggies and 20% of high-quality protein and fats. That will be to preserve an alkaline pH. Maintaining ketosis from the keto green diet is done through intermittent fasting without snacking. It focuses on fundamentals that should control the hormones insulin, cortisol, and oxytocin. Foods like broccoli, cauliflower, sprouts, and cabbage have been additional into the daily diet to assist in detoxifying because of their antioxidant properties. Knowing your urinary pH degree is a must with this diet. Therefore, you'll want to check your urine often to make sure you're in range. An average ketogenic diet does not consistently provide people with what they genuinely need to feel healthy and succeed in low-carb dietary restrictions. It doesn't offer detoxification aid, gut healing, and metabolic support. It is not anti-inflammatory when continuing over time, and it does not provide the interventions necessary to guarantee overall hormone balance. Below are some critical alterations that produce the traditional keto diet thyroid-friendly. Also, they address a number of the usual barriers of keto diet plans. Without these critical thyroid modifications, a ketogenic diet may, in many cases, not be prosperous. Aim for an alkaline pH. Reaching and sustaining an alkaline pH is core to prevent the inflammatory acidity found in ketosis. The issue with ketogenic-only diet plans is that people remain in ketosis overly long and eventually become acidic, which creates inflammation, forcing the human body to continue to store fat. More inflammation is terrible for your thyroid, and you will not lose weight if that's your goal. We want to observe an overall net alkaline-producing diet versus the typical acid diet. It supports our own body in controlling our hormones, including our thyroid hormone, more productively. Matters like food can make your urine pH less or more alkaline. A general guideline is that as a result of these nutrient content, some products are most alkaline. Meat, poultry, milk, sugar, processed grains, foods, and caffeine are acidic. Also, soda includes a pH of 2.5. Fantastic foods to keep alkalinity include greens, bone broth, apple cider vinegar, maca. Cook your greens more to consume them better and get fuller more quickly. If you want to measure up things, try this recipe. 1 ounce of plain water, 1 teaspoon apple cider vinegar, 1 teaspoon lemon juice, also 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. You can even purchase cheap urine pH and ketone test strips to get the guessing out of it. Support your adrenals. Adopt significant lifestyle changes that directly help the thyroid, impacting regulatory hormone cortisol. Improve stress management. Cortisol effortlessly places the brakes on your digestion, immune processes, and thyroid metabolism. Lots of people can't get into ketosis until they learn better stress management methods. We can not always get our insecurities in check, but we can lower our cortisol to healthier levels. Encourage your adrenals with adrenal adaptogens like ashwagandha, rhodiola, holy basil. Too much stress burns up your adrenals. Your adrenals usually concentrate on mundane things like metabolizing nutrients and producing hormones. Our circadian rhythm is essential to hormone creation and overall wellness and mood. Address gut disorder. Gut dysfunction is often found with thyroid disease, including leaky gut, reduced stomach acid, and malabsorption of all essential nutrients like zinc, vitamin D, and selenium. Remove inflammatory foods. Many ketogenic diets focus on just lowering gluten ingestion but usually do not remove gluten and other inflammatory food items. I've found that women mainly do well on a diet that avoids the top-rated inflammatory foods such as poultry, milk, sugar, and processed food items. Many of the bad habits have to cut back on, such as alcohol and caffeine. Reduce exposure to toxins. Remove environmental toxins from foods, hormones, chemicals, and so on, personal care products, and your home. Many ketogenic diets do not include this as an initial measure, but people find this is a crucial element for their achieving alkalinity and hormone balance. Take time to develop a wholesome foundation by merely incorporating the steps above. When you have placed the base, begin with a marginally modified ketogenic plate with organic and clean foods. This altered plate consists of a slightly reduced percentage of fats from most ketogenic dishes. However, it focuses on healthy fats, omega-9 fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids, healthy saturated fats. Protein, 20%, also needs to be clean and organic. We don't want to introduce toxins onto our plates. The same goes for carbohydrates, 5 to 10%. Remember, not all of the carbohydrates are equal. My plate contains only slow-burning carbs like green veggies, organic, please. You've got to eat a lot of these to remain alkaline too. Additionally, this provides fiber benefits significant to those who have thyroid issues that may become sluggish. This proportion of carbohydrates generally means 20 to 35 grams of carbohydrates per day. Do altered intermittent fasting. I am a proponent of intermittent fasting together with 16 to 8 window or less, or as close as you can reach this regularly. That means that I shall fast 16 hours between dinner and breakfast, sometimes longer, and eat just 2 good keto alkaline meals and perchance a single particular light meal or protein shake from the 8-hour window, and no snacking. I do not support the prolonged 24-hour type of fasting, particularly for individuals having thyroid or other health issues, as it puts too much pressure on the body. People who have inherent problems relating to glucose and insulin should talk intermittent fasting with their physician. I've seen some thyroid clinicians say that residing in ketosis too much time isn't healthy for everyone with thyroid issues. It could lower thyroid T3 grades. But honestly, people shouldn't remain in ketosis for weeks at any given time, perhaps not days in many cases. Don't stay on this diet all of the time. Target 16 days, reap the advantages and then get off for a little while. Bounce in and out since there are many dependencies beyond carbs that affect ketosis, like stress amount. For best results, I recommend people to stay keto roughly 80% of the time, fast about 10% of the time, and banquet around 10% of the time. Feasting is crucial as it is typically a period we bond with family members and friends. We all have to treat ourselves every once in a while. Carbs roughly 5 to 10% of plate. Most people need to be at 20 to 40 grams of total carbohydrate daily to get into ketosis. Some people may need less, a few can go more. It will depend upon each of the items we've already discussed here. Individuals under chronic severe stress may not have the ability to go into ketosis whatsoever, no matter how restricted the carbs. In talking with clinicians focused on thyroid disorder and working together with ketogenic diets to their patients and clients, many would say never to go lower than 20 grams of overall carb each day, combined with their thyroid hormone medication. However, most will also say people might need to check it out and adapt their carbs level as they go. I don't look at the number of daily carbs, I look at the proportion of one's daily food intake or plate. It's a lot simpler and intuitive to get this done. So target 5 to 10% of the portion to become healthy, slow-burning carbohydrates, which equates to approximately 20 to 35 grams of carbohydrates. Example daily meal plan. Breakfast blend 1 scoop plant-based no sugar-added protein powder, 1 tablespoon. Coconut oil, a handful of kale, 1/4 avocado, 8 ounces, water, and stevia to taste. Lunch 1 serving salmon or hard-cooked eggs over a large salad with acid-reducing veggies, sun-dried tomatoes, and olive oil vinaigrette. Snacks raw or steamed veggies, especially celery, cucumber, bell pepper, dipped in guacamole or olive oil vinaigrette. Dinner 1 serving grilled or roasted chicken with seasoning to taste over a large serving of veggies roasted with olive oil. As always, get a doctor's okay to try any new plan. Side effects. Some patients may also experience side effects while on the alkaline keto diet for thyroid plan. Acidic pH, inflammation, and weight gain. Being on an alkaline keto diet for thyroid for too much time can reduce the body's pH, making it overly acidic, particularly if not choosing to eat a modified keto program. A keto diet that is high in particular foods may lead to an acidic environment within your system. A diet full of beef found to be more acidic in your body. Alternatively, more veggies in the diet resulted in more alkaline urine. A prolonged acidic condition contributes to chronic inflammation and results in fat stores and weight gain. Women are more at risk of getting an unwanted reaction. Anybody with a current autoimmune disease or thyroid illness should monitor how they feel on the keto diet. Consuming more veggies, fruits, vegetables, poultry, meat, and healthy fats with less sugar, processed foods, and carbonated drinks will keep a decrease in pH to retain your system balanced. Carnitine deficiency was seen using a ketogenic diet program. That might be connected to research on which patients with epilepsy have carnitine deficiency. Carnitine is known to be supportive of epilepsy treatments with or without a keto diet. Keto might be hard to follow. Clinicians have seen various outcomes in this alkaline keto diet for thyroid program. Some people followed it for years and eventually became very healthy, while some fall off the diet. It is more appropriate for some genetic profiles. Contraindications. Contraindications are present in several ailments. In a recent study of the ketogenic diet, these conditions are those that need to avoid an alkaline keto diet for thyroid. Pancreatitis, fulminant liver failure, disorders of fat metabolism, carnitine, metabolic ailments, porphyrias, pyruvate kinase deficiency. Alkaline keto diet for thyroid. Nutrition supplements on keto diet plan. Supplements that may be useful when following a ketogenic diet include the following: L-carnitine coenzyme Q10, cod liver oil, magnesium, potassium, vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin D3, iron, calcium. Multivitamins composed of all essential B vitamins and minerals. Are tips for keto and thyroid conditions. Every single human anatomy differs. What works for you might not work for someone else. That's the reason why nutrition should be individualized. Some significant advantages of the alkaline keto diet for thyroid are all exceptionally dependent on the character of the foods eaten. While other experts urge, it's crucial to listen to your entire body. Listen hard enough, and it can tell you what it needs. There are many ways to include nutritious eating. I recommend talking to a professional before starting the alkaline keto diet for thyroid. Get your blood work taken every 6 months, and then follow up with your physician and a nutrition professional on almost any questions or concerns you might have. It is essential to improve your standard daily diet before embarking on a restrictive alkaline keto diet for thyroid program. If you are a nutrition professional and wish to deal with your clients what's happening and how they feel as they move to different nutrition protocols, play around with the dietary plan and macro ranges until they feel the best. This dietary plan isn't for everyone. Some feel good on a low-carb, high-fat diet plan. The others may not perform as well. Low-carb ingestion has been shown to worsen thyroid conditions in many individuals. That's why thyroid levels need to be tracked while on any keto diet. Getting enough nutrient-dense carbohydrates can also be important. A ketogenic diet should consist of many fresh, non-starchy vegetables, seeds, nuts, healthy fats, nuts, and organic grass-fed meats. These foods can have therapeutic value for men and women who fight with autoimmune disorders. Nutritional elements in these foods will assist the thyroid to function correctly. That can be accomplished by dealing with a team of trained physicians, including a doctor and a dietitian with special training in a ketogenic diet.